YouTube viewers, once again welcome to today's operation. This is channel. I thank you for subscribing to the channel and also for your comments you have made and some requests. I'm so impressed for what many of you are doing. You are only encouraging me to continue for this operation. Today I'm going to look at something very important which I know will benefit you, and because that electricity is very useful to human and is what we use day by day, it is very important to us to know how to be experts in free energy configuration. There are things you need to know if you must be the best as long as free energy configuration is concerned. First of all, you must understand how the materials are configured. You must also know the different formation of resistance, and this is what I'm going to show you today in this operation. From the motor to the generator, you must know the different formation, you must know the different area which enable the light to be produced in a full maximum. For instance, let's take a look at this. This is a typical structure of a three-phase connector which you want to know, and you must know for you to be able to link your system to different structure. For instance, you see from the pole level where the light flows. If you are doing free energy, you may not need this pole, but assuming you are trying to configure a community, you will need a pole. Assuming you are trying to configure 3 or 4 houses, you must need a pole. Assuming you want to connect a different structures or houses, you must need a pole. Now, from the pole level, you can see that the neutral and the positive go to the meter. The meter, why the meter? The meter is where the current or the voltage is measured, and is a place where you can be able to distribute, and then from the meter release it back to the what we call switch. This are switch, as you can see, the main switch here, and the switch connected to this point, and then from this point we have area of distribution. This is what we call distribution board. It is from this place we have a different section of the houses that the system moves. For instance, this place can be take care of the AC, this place can take care of the television or the appliances, this place can take care of the fans and other heaters, this place can take care of the lightning bulb and the socket and everything. Now these are all what we call distribution board, and each of these contains a different cable size. We have 1.5 mm, we have 2.5 mm, and etc. etc. So these are what we call a distribution board that enable the voltage to be distributed from one point to another in according to the switch measure. Now let's take a look at the practical form of this system, how to configure this system. query the system to other sections, like other houses. That is why from here, you see from the meter, from the pole here, we go to the meter. Then from the meter here, this is positive and negative, go to this place. And then from the meter, release it back to the what we call switch. This is a switch, as you can see, the main switch here, and the switch connected to this point. And then from this point, we have area of distribution. This is what we call distribution board. It is from this place we have a different section of the houses that the system moves. For instance, this place can take care of the AC. This place can take care of the television or the appliances. This place can take care of the fans and other heaters. This place can take care of the lightning bulb and the socket and everything. Now, these are all we call distribution board, and each of these contains a different cable size. We have 1.5 mm, we have 2.5 mm, and etc. etc. So these are what we call a distribution board that enable the voltage to be distributed from one point to another in according to the switch measure. Now let's take a look at the practical form of this system, how to configure this system.
Pole. Energy meter 220 V-volt. Main double pole circuit breaker MCB. Electric pole line meter connection phase. Electric pole line meter connection neutral. Line volt 230 volt 50 Hz. Meter to MCB connection neutral. Meter to MCB connection phase. Earth leakage circuit breaker 1 PSC. Miniature circuit breaker 5 PSC. Distribution board. Main MCB to distribution board MCB phase connection. Main MCB to distribution board MCB neutral connection. ELCB to MCB line connection. Circuit breaker 1. Circuit breaker 2. Circuit breaker 3. Circuit breaker 4. Circuit breaker 5. Link neutral. Earth leakage circuit breaker to neutral connection. Switchboard. Switchboard to 1 miniature circuit breaker connection. 2 miniature circuit breaker outlet. 3 miniature circuit breaker outlet. 4 miniature circuit breaker outlet. 5 miniature circuit breaker outlet. Switch outlet light load. Switch output load connection. Neutral output load connection. Switch on light on. Switch off light off.